So the Lakers found themselves in another overtime, and luckily for them, LeBron went nuts. He eventually gets this back, and that's just an FU 3 over Sabonis. And I'll talk about this more in a moment after we look at some more of LeBron's makes, but you notice he was technically their center at the tail end of this game. Don't really know if this is a long-term option for them, but it was at least cool to see last night. Here's one more fadeaway for him. Fadeaway LeBron, when he does show up, is very fun. I thought this play was cool. Here you see the 5-out offense because there's no Dwight or DeAndre in the game and AD wasn't playing. Anyway, Malik Monk kind of setting a screen for LeBron, if you will, to get himself in motion. And then you get a similar action with Wayne Ellington. Both defenders commit to LeBron, and there you go. Now, of course, one fear when you go with no center is could the other team kill you on the offensive glass? Well, luckily, the Lakers were able to still do an okay job of boxing out. I mean, here, TJ McConnell's on the drive, Malik Monk picks him up, and then LeBron makes sure to get in front of Miles Turner. Here you get a good closeout by Melo, as he's able to contest that one on Holiday. And when you don't have one dude who can grab the boards, you gotta have a bunch of guys. I mean, you got Malik Monk down there, you got LeBron rushing in again. And this is the last one I'll show you. So here you got Talen Horton-Tucker, who's mixing it up with Sabonis down low. Then you also have Wayne Ellington, who does a good job of contesting that, and I mean, they forced the miss out of Sabonis and they don't foul him, so well done. Now, while I'm here, let's talk about the Lakers defense, and we'll look at the last full game where they had their whole team. It was the Celtics game, their defense was not good. And pretty much everybody else has already said this, but I guess I will as well. Their roster is just worse defensively than it was a couple years ago when they won the title. I mean, LeBron and Dwight are 2 years older. You no longer have Caruso, KCP, Kuzma, Danny Green, who was fundamental enough even if Laker fans grew to hate him by the end. I mean, Markieff Morris was all right in a pinch. I know Lakers fans have been talking about Stanley Johnson, who's on their G League team currently, as a guy who can give them some more size and defense on the wing. Anyway, speaking of the Celtics, yeah, they got blasted by the Nets. I was a little too excited for this game. Patty Mills makes 7 threes. Are you kidding me? He goes 7 for 10 from outside. Like, just try to ruin my day, Patty. Before this game, he was shooting 49% from 3. He's probably going to be over 50% now. Grant Williams can't do anything on him there. As for Tatum, who had been playing great, he went 1 for 9 from outside. That was a good contest by KD. And it was these back-to-back misses for Tatum that made me go, oh yeah, I forgot I'm a Celtics fan, and I'm not allowed to be happy for longer than a couple of days. And if that wasn't enough, Jalen had to go 0 for 8 from 3 as well. Just a fun night of Celtics basketball. Now let's check out some more of the T-Wolves suddenly having an amazing defense. D'Lo strips Tyler Hero. Here, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards meet Jimmy at the rim, and that's Malik Beasley for the steal. Now let's look at some block shots, because I feel like I don't do that enough. In the fourth quarter, Miami's offensive rating was 70. Which, if you did that for a whole season, you'd probably be the worst offensive team ever. Now let's look at some Jared Vanderbilt offensive rebounds, because the guy is a menace. He's in the opposite corner. Okay? Shot goes up from Beverly, and he's just relentless. I mean, how often nowadays is the wing just trotting back on defense? Vanderbilt's like, hell no, he had 7 offensive boards in this one. I've seen people joke around that Vanderbilt is like Dennis Rodman. And we get a Vanderbilt assist as he cuts a little bit and just throws it right behind himself. Anthony Edwards, who had 33. I think that matters. Now, why did the Bulls lose to the Rockets? Probably because the Rockets shot nearly 50% from 3. Here you get a classic Christian Wood pick and pop. Vooch is not going to close out there. You get a very daring step-back 3 from KPJ. I'm sure the Bulls felt okay about this one. Still hurts. And here the Rockets are in transition, and I mean, just look at it. They got 3 Bulls in the paint, 2 open shooters. Javonte Green's got to make a play for Daniel House. Just one of those nights for Houston. If you go to a Rockets game this year, whether it's in Houston or, on the road for them, and they win, I feel like you should immediately enter the lottery. Anthony Edwards on Gabe Vincent, but it's an offensive foul. Look, Gabe, it's fine. It didn't count, so obviously it didn't happen. No, you know who Gabe needs to blame here? Duncan Robinson. Check this out. And Anthony Edwards just gets free like nothing against him. And then from there, well, listen, man, somebody's got to get dunked on. LaMelo attempts a self-oop. Yeah, this one's rough. He bounces it, and if you're the coach, you're just like, bro, what the hell? Celtics fans will remember the great Brandon Bass. He always went up with two hands. Never a fear of him missing a dunk. Duarte hits the three. Yeah, this is when he was like falling over in the corner and stuff. There was a thing that said Bradley fouled him, so that's fun. With Duarte and Indiana, whatever the Pacers want to do, which is just float around like they are now or try to shake things up a lot, the fact that they have Duarte certainly makes things a little easier. Juan Toscano-Anderson throws it down. Yeah, this is when he went right off the catch at the top of the key, I believe, yeah. I feel like Juan Toscano-Anderson has a chance to be kind of like the new age Iguodala for them. I don't think he's there right now, but I think he's got a chance. Of course, they also have the old age Iguodala, which is Iguodala.